a retired Archbishop of the Roman Catholic Church, Archdiocese of Lagos, Anthony Cardinal Olubunmi Okogie, has said his colleagues have never remained silent in the face of various challenges bedeviling Nigeria, just like the country is currently witnessing. Vanguard reports that Okogie said this in his open letter to the country, in which he spoke about the seriousness of the challenges before the ruling All Progressives Congress and complained about the attacks received by the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria after it visited President Muhammadu Buhari. He slammed Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi State for attacking the bishops, describing the politician as notorious for being insolent. The Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria stood with and for democratic forces in this country during the dark days of military rule. In 1984, when the current president was a military ruler, Nigeria's Catholic bishops went to him to inquire as to when he would restore democratic governance. During the lawlessness of military rule, Nigeria's Catholic bishops called for elections and called for the release of political prisoners. Interventions of Nigeria's Catholic bishops date back to October 1, 1960, the day Nigeria gained independence, when the bishops addressed a letter to Nigerians. 50 years later, the same Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria addressed another letter to Nigerians, entitled Growing a New Nigeria. That letter was presented to former President Goodluck Jonathan at the Our Lady Queen of Nigeria Cathedral on the first Sunday of Lent in 2011. The bishops have never failed to offer their advice to successive governments in this country. Every line, every word of every intervention emanating from the conference was chosen to offer frank and friendly advice. The bishops did the same thing a few days ago, calling the attention of the president to the anger and disappointment in the land. At the end of their friendly exchange with the president, some of his aides and friends resorted to name-calling and gratuitous accusations. Anyone who has a faint idea of how the Catholic Church is run would know that the Catholic Church does not run on tithes. She has never taught that God's blessings depend on tithes. No Catholic bishop in this country has a private jet. Not even the Pope has one. But an uninformed state governor, notorious for being insolent, described the bishop's intervention as the wailing of religious leaders who no longer have access to tithes because of this government's anti-corruption fight, he said. The cardinal maintained that true friends tell each other the truth, arguing that those telling President Buhari what should be ideal are doing him good while those shielding him are his real enemies. By insulting well-meaning Nigerians who happen to disagree with policies of government, they are not winning friends for the president. They are in fact helping to grow the rank and file of the angry. Whoever loves this president would want him to succeed. Whoever wants him to succeed must tell him the truth. For if he fails, Nigeria fails, he added. We earlier reported that Anthony Cardinal Olubunmi Okogie urged the presidency not to dismiss the criticisms from ex-heads of state Olusegun Obasanjo and Ibrahim Babangida, the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria and others.